Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am truly zonked, and I understand why Teslas don't have front grills anymore, but they really kind of look weird to me, like Bob Geldof when he shaved off his eyebrows in The Wall. Yeah, it's just a little, something off. Anyways, welcome back to my channel and my playthrough of Satisfactory. If you watched the previous episode, we built a couple of pods for our aluminum plant. Built up the pods for the sloppy alumina solution and the aluminum scrap. And you watch me hemming and hawing. And while I realized I could have laid things out in a better way and decided to change gears halfway through, and actually I'm rather glad that I did. The new layout is definitely much more pleasing, and we're going to continue that. We're going to get on to the actual pod of machines that makes the aluminum ingots, and this is all in preparation for our Employee of the Planet achievement. And yeah, let's just get straight to it there. Hold on, let me get over to the blueprint designers. Okay, now let's get the previous pods loaded up really quickly. Hold on. Oh, where did I put them? I did. I went ahead and made a category. Let's get that, didn't I? Here it is, right? No, here, right, yes, okay, right, left. All right, there's one. And two. And so what we've got going on here is we have two pods in two rows. The rear row is the pod that makes the alumina solution, and the front row is the pod that makes the aluminum scrap. And we have these feeding 1-to-1, so each refinery producing alumina solution just simply connects directly to the refinery in front of it, producing the aluminum scrap. Everything is happy, everything is tidy, everything is balanced, and these are ready to get put out whenever we get around to that stage of the game. And so we're just going to leave those in place. We're going to use these as a guide. Not that we really need it that much, but it just helps me. It's a brain thing. And we're just going to build the next set of machines here, which is going to be, so what do we have here? We have 16 refineries on aluminum scrap, alumina solution, and then 16 going into alumina scrap. The alumina scrap has 8 total outputs. We are going to make 64 refineries, or sorry, not refineries, foundries, that will take the alumina scrap and the silica that we worked on a very large pod for. And we're just going to I'm just going to have this just continue flowing forward in this direction here. Just go, whoop, just like this. Now, the beauty of this is that 64 foundries divides up perfectly. So we're going to take the 4 outputs from each half of these pods, and we're going to connect them, and we're going to have 2 segments on the fence about whether I want to make them identical and just be lazy and make one blueprint to deploy twice, or if I actually want to make it a little tidier and where each one's going to be a little more unique and therefore has to be a left and a right. Honestly, I'm leaning that direction. So let's get started here right now. Now, first question, do I want to put an additional concrete border between? And honestly, we'll see. Actually, for starters, let's do this. Let's say the answer is no. We're just going to keep that as a single boundary between. Let me get my walls here to elevate. What am I swapping applications with Alt-Tab. I don't know why. The game likes to keep the Alt key stuck. So if you're like, you see I'm clicking and I get that little deet, you know, and the exclamation, that's because it's not physically stuck in the keyboard, but the game has it in its head thinking I'm holding Alt, but I'm not. So you gotta tap it once, and now I can click in place, right? There it is. All right, and let me get another wall up here. I'm doing it at this end because there's a quirk with these manufacturers that you can't put anything more than a wall more than one high at that absolute edge on this side of the blueprint designer. So weird, I know, whatever. All right, let's see. We're going to take this. We're gonna send that all the way down the end. We're gonna do that. Well, can't do it on that side yet because we're gonna take this. Let's see. Gonna take this guy, and I try to keep the rib of the glass floors aligned in the same direction consistently. I tried doing it so that it was always lengthwise, and actually in this case it is. But it just, depending on where I'm trying to place it, it doesn't always play nice. So I just basically decided just keep it in one direction and uniform across all of them, and it just simplifies things. Alright, so let's take this, and we're going to send that out to the end. Alright, let's send him along. So something like that. Let's go out on this side. Alright, now. Let's see. Alright, so Foundries are small, like assemblers. We only need, for my platforms, they only need to be 2 wide and not 3, like for refineries. Let me get these zapped out here. And I'm kind of going like back and forth here because I'm trying to keep things symmetrical. If you haven't noticed, symmetry is a big part of my style, such as it is. And I'm not sure how this is all gonna flow out. So, actually, you know, these might even be too far out. Let me think about this. So, yeah, actually, so if those are too, hold on, I'm gonna think and mutter. If those are too wide, do I want 2 or 3? You know, so for the sake of spaciousness, damn it. How do I want to build this? Do I want the center alley 2 wide, 1 wide, 2 wide, or 3 wide? I could do 1 wide between 2 alleys of machines, but it gets kind of cramped and difficult to work. 2 is better, totally functional. Yeah, no, 3. We're gonna do 3 just for to keep things spacious and pretty. That might actually be too wide. Alright, here's what we do. Alright. Let's see. Clear this. Pick your stuff up. Always pick it up right away. You could very well lose it. I really ought to retest and see if this thing is still a problem or not, but in either case, let's see. So let's take those walls out. We're going to save this just as a temp. Temp file. And let's actually also, let's do this, and this will make sense in a moment. Save like this as a temp 2. And we'll go over here. And we're just going to deploy temp 1. And what I'm basically doing is I'm reversing the segments, seeing as I made it kind of off balance. They're deliberately, asymmetrical But maybe... yeah, whatever. Moving on. Continuing. Babble, babble. Alright. And placing temp 2. And we will shove him that way against the wall. There. Yes. Good. Right. Good. Correct. And stick that out there. Alright. Let me finish my platforms. I suppose, yes, I could have saved myself a step and done this when I saved the temps, but, oh well. It's easy and quick enough. If you hear some rumbling sound, that's my fan I had to turn on. It's gotten a little warm in my apartment. Sorry. Alright, now, so... yes, Foundries. Let's see. So we're going to do 8 rows of 8. We're going to build them on double shelves. So we have 4 rows ready, and we'll build our shelves. But let's see. Let's make sure that these are long enough for 8 foundries each. There's a foundry. It should be just fine. Nice and spacious. Let's line these up and get these extended. So there's 8. And how far down does that go? Nice. And we can actually take out some extra stuff here now. Okay. In fact, let me clear off the extras completely right now. Alright. Let's build our upper shelves. Okay, let's check out our temporary walls. Someday in the future, we will make things look correctly supported. It's all in the grand plan. I've been watching some guys' videos, and I found somebody recently, and he's just doing some gorgeous, gorgeous builds. Plinko? Yeah, I believe he's who I was watching last. Gorgeous stuff, just top notch. So let's get the rest of our foundries placed here. Let's see, I want to make sure everybody's lined up. That's not what I wanted. Thank you. Give it to me. Out of modular frames? Whatever will I do? Don't really use that many modular frames per se. That's yeah, it didn't save so many because it just didn't seem like I needed quite that many for building in the general sense. Anyways, going on. Alright, now there we have 64 refineries. Let us now set our recipe under clock speed. Let's go double check that. Alright, so for the aluminum ingots, we are using the original recipe, calling for aluminum scrap and silica. We have it started off as 62.4. It would have been 63. We manually adjusted it to 64 for load balancing sake, and that gives us a final clock speed of 97.5. And you know, I've noticed this when you start, like if you do these like this, you'll find that like certain pods will start synchronizing on certain clock speeds. I believe we have something else that was 97.5. Yeah, here the aluminum scrap is 97.5, and there's the refinery is 97.5. And you know something? I've taken this as a sign that you're on a good path. When you start having these things falling in sync like this, something good is happening. You're doing it right. Maybe it's just me. But anyways. Okay, so we want aluminum ingots. 97.5. Kiss FM. I think like every state has a 97.5 Kiss FM. I could be wrong, but tell me if you've got a 97.5 Kiss FM, or if where you are, what channel is your Kiss FM? You know you've got one. All right, so 97.5 copying. Let's get pasting a couple dozen times. Oops. Nope. Did that wrong. Oh. Okay. How did I... Alright. Copied. Paste. Right. My fingers go in denial sometimes. Seriously, you can autosave now. Fine. Be that way. Alright, continuing. Yeah, this is fine. All right, 64 foundries laid out and assigned with their clock speeds. Let me get them painted. It's all subtle for this one right now, but it's just fine. Fine. Who's that comedian? Oh, there's some comedian. Never mind. Babblesome. Alright, and that's my color swatch for aluminum. Okay, so, yeah, let's bang out the power layout first. And actually, you know something? Because I changed the orientation of this, it's not critical that I fixed the orientation of the power on this. Oh, what have I done here? Hold on. Really? Somebody disconnected. It's not critical. I am going to fix this power. I had started the layout going in one direction, and then I changed my mind and I rotated it and set it off in multiple directions. And again, just in case anybody forgot or is just coming into it, I kind of like to send my power so it goes along the back edge of the pods, and then it goes up along the left edge all the way forward. And in this one's case, so we will not need a back edge for the foundries. So let me correct the power layout on this one. That's too low. Down underneath. Right. Something about a line down under, right? Let me do that. Let me fix my nodes, and let's get some power fixed. All right. I can do this. I know how. Nope. Hot green for the main external circuit from our large nuclear power plant, New Nuketown. Pale green for a primary internal power circuit, and white for a secondary internal power circuit. I like to string all three circuits, even if I don't plan on using them in an area, because you never know when you might decide to do something else later on. Okay, so continuing this, let's get these nodes placed and the basic line strung. Let's see. This will be fine. We can keep the majority of the existing power, even though it was done under the wrong orientation. It will still work just fine. It will do exactly what we need it to do regardless, and we'll just move on with the rest. Let's see. Get these connected here. Alright, let's save those. Nope. Save and agree. And where the hell am I? On this side. Alright. Now, let's get... So... Alright. Here's what we do. First, let me get my power done for the machines. Get the individual aisles strung and routed downward to the logistics floor, and then we will do the connections underneath. So our power nodes for the Foundries are toward the back edge, the input edge, and if we're facing that edge, they're on the left-hand side. So what I will usually do is I'll take one and connect it like, I'll do it right here, take this node, connect it to that, and we'll do this down the line. Three more times. Okay. Alright, and now what I will do is we'll find a nice point between some machines where we can take one of these and send it down. Right here should be just good. And let's get underneath. And let's do that a few more times. And, yeah, I can use this one here on this side. Perfect. Once more. Doity birds sitting on the coil. Should have been the piping and eating dirty worms. Along comes Oibia from Dirty Bird. Saw the dirty birds sitting on the coil, chirping and piping and eating dirty worms. Oi, was he disturbed? Okay. So, these are wired. So we will need to do one crossover between these 2 points. Alright, let me get my markers in place. Let's color them. Primary circuit, internal green. I intended to say it like that. Oh. No, green foundation. Let's fix that foundation quickly. Black on 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 black. Okay, alright. Alright, let's... Now, we don't have to worry about a power string on this edge. We're just gonna go do... Gonna-ga-do. Alrighty, dude. What's up with my tongue today? So let's get this strung up this way. Yeah, I kind of like gonna-ga-do. Sounds like awesome. Gonna-ga-do. What are you gonna do? I'm gonna do this. Fuck me. Nodes. And we're going to need one in between here to take the signal out to our aisles. Make sure we're getting on the right path. Okay, wires. Okay. Then when we finally place them, this segment won't need any additional wiring. It's just going to need a connection from this one to this one. In fact, let me do this. I've done this before. Only once in a while do I really do this like this, just to make absolutely stinking sure I don't frickin' forget. And that's that I will stick an extra indicator out there and paint it frickin' screaming red. And like, that's like... See that? You see it? You see? You will see it. Connect them. Any case, all right. All right. So those are ready. Let's save these. That's a good amount of progress. Let's save these. Okay. So that's done. All right. Now we need... Now we did this so that... In such a way so that... we're going to have 8 lines coming out of the silica pod. And we're going to have 8 lines coming out of the aluminum scrap. So each of those will be line up perfectly with each of these 8 rows of Foundries. So let's see. So for these, we're not really going to need to... In fact, you know something? Yeah. We're going to redo these pods a little bit. Just a tiny bit. All right, I'm going to take these out. All right, let me slap in some temp foundations. All right, I got some leftover poles. Let's take those out. New mergers. Let's do this way. All right, get our Mark IVs in. All right, let's save these sides with those changes. So now what that does, that just makes it just a shade easier to kind of bring them this way. It's not super critical that I make them ultra aligned, although I'm starting to feel like ultra aligning. No, not. All right. And let's see. So how are we going to do this? Let's see. These belts are going to have to do a little jog to the side. See if I had him. If I just sent them underneath, the jog would come much neater. It's not critical, though. Oh, did I delete something I shouldn't have? I could have. Let's fix that pipe. Okay. Save that. I will forget. I am good at forgetting. I'm highly skilled. I should make it a profession. As if. I'm trying to think, because we're going to want to squeeze in the... Alright, let's start with this. We are going to be bringing the silica up through the floor. Oh, we have to do that twice. Yes. Yeah. Okay, alright. I am starting to see the shape. So these will be for our silica. Okay. Temporary foundations. Let's get these in place. Okay. So how we're gonna do this? Alright, so starting from this side, we're going to set up our smart splitters to align with these ports. Okay, so these are going to be for the silica. I get these in place. Alright, now, let's get the additional ones set up that we're going to need. And we will delete the extras. This will make sense in a moment. No, stop. Don't you, fuck, God damn it. Crashing. Restarting. So, I'm starting to suspect Coffee Stain has implemented an AI aspect of the game, and this AI has got it into its head that I enjoy reproducing work. Alright, let's see. Alright, so the wiring is done. That part was in place. Good, I got that much saved. I need to redo the splitters that I started, and let me do this super fast. Okay, so all my smart splitters are back in place. let me save these before I lose it again. Ah, fuck, I forgot to frickin' reload. Alright, hold on, we will fix this. Alright, continuing this now. Alright, fast belts, up and down the lines. And actually, these will not need splitters. I will correct these. Let's see. Now, let's do this. Alright, so that's 8 lines of fast belt. Now, slow belts to the individual machines. Let me triple check. Make sure nothing is going to need faster than a mark. It will. They both will. Okay, so we have 87.5. Even with the downclocking, we've got 87.5 aluminum scrap per machine and 73.125 silica per machine. So we will need the Mark II belts for both ingredients. Let's get these in place. Alright, is that all 8 rows for slow belts? It is not. I have more work to do. I'm getting ahead of myself. I start imagining I've done more than I have. Oh well. Okay, now those are all connected. Let's get rid of the temporary structures. Alright, let's save these before something happens. Alright, so let's see now. Oh, I lost my floor holes too. That's okay. Alright, fine. Alright, so that's okay. It gives us an opportunity to re-examine how we're going to feed things. So we're going to be bringing silica up from the floor. Oh, I meant to do something. Yeah, okay, I got to change some things. Farts. I need some temporary. Hold on. I can do this. Alright. Because I have an idea. Alright. Where am I? So, which ones are we going to bring through? Oh, yes. Sorry. Thinking is our hard. Yes. Fine. Alright. You. Get off this. Alright, and we're going to replace these smart splitters. So these, on these rows, are going to come, the input is from the inside of the alley. Alright, fix the belts. Alright. Right. Alright. Floor holes back in place. Edwina back in board. And are these not quite spaced exactly? That's fine. We'll just slap these in place. And some like these. Wait. I'm not doing this right. Okay, I need these here. Now, fast belt to the edge. And lift. Rotate that out that way. Yep, do. No, never mind. I'm right. I startled myself. I do that occasionally. Alright, so so that's that side. Now, here. Okay, some additional stack poles. A little extra length of fast built. Get these lifts connected to the floors. Okay, let's take out our temporaries. Alright, and well, I don't need to paint the silica belts because they're all already white. White is what I use for silica. Let me paint the alumina belts. Alright, those are all painted. Let's save that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to bring in... See, those are a little... We'll deal with this. This is fine. This is fine. We just chopped our girlfriend into little pieces. Is that fine? Anyways, we're going to bring some belts. Alright, so we're going to bring our outputs of the alumina scrap in through this way. Going to corral these outputs into this center way. And we're going to turn them left and right into the respective inputs there. Oh, did I? I did. Alright. So let's get that. Sorry, I needed a moment to try and figure out how I'm going to do this. Alright, here's what we do. We're going to do... Alright, so in order to keep everything level, because the platforms are 3 meters off the floor, but the stackable poles are 2. We're going to stick, just for the moment, this here. We're going to put... it's going to need to come in one more. Alright, let's do that. Just to elevate it an extra notch. And we're going to make... We're going to do this. Alright, let's put... Ooh. Oh, yeah, no, sorry, stopping. Alright, it's fine. Do this. Take you here. You here. Let's start with the easy ones. This is gonna be interesting. So, let's bend you like this. Can I do this? Ooh, not really. Alright. Wabi sabi. Imperfect. We will take it. Alright. And that's going to be like that. That's going to be like that. And a bing and a bang. Alright. You're going to go like this. And we are not going to sweat the irregularity about this part. Nope, not at all. It is what it is. And we're just going to roll with that. Yep, I can do that. Now, that's going to be that part. That's the easy part. So let's see this through. Alright, so that's that part. Now, let's see. So, build, fix your alarm. Erk. There's always somebody's alarms going off around this joint. Oh my god, this place kills me. Thank you. Alright, so that's that. Alright, let's do this. I think that's right. Bloody well right. how to do this from here. All right, let's do the easy part first. Let's get these. All right, delete our temporaries. So I'm sitting here reflecting on the past week as I'm doing this because it takes time. And oh, farts. All right, and if you watched previous series going back to the previous year, I've mentioned this, but if you're new to the channel, then you may not know, but in the real world, I am a technical support person by trade, if you can call it that, a trade that is. And basically I have been doing PC technician and technical support work of one flavor of another for literally 32 years. Just a shade, just a little while, you know, right? All right, so, and also, if you've been watching, you'll know, but for the sake of mentioning for the newcomers, that I've done medical imaging work previously, and then I was working at a government defense contractor, and now I'm back at a large-scale healthcare provider network in New England. And you know, I've dealt with all kinds of folks. You know, I have supported people from positions, you know, people who are basically, I've supported from janitors to vice presidents. All right, I've seen them all, and there are lots of folks in the world, you know, who they're just a pleasure to work with. You know, just regardless of their position, you know, they're just good people, you know, and good people, unfortunately, are hard to come by these days. It's not as frequent as you'd like it to be. And you know, it's different. You know, it takes all kinds, right? As they say. And what am I doing? Yes, this way is fine. Maybe one more over here. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to talk and keep this rolling at the same time. And just this week, you know, I much more enjoy supporting healthcare people than the government defense. And, you know, not that there's anything wrong with the individuals, you know, in the government defense, you know, industry. It's just myself, you know, even as though I'm just technical support, you know, I do still absolutely regard myself, I am at least tangentially related to the service they provide, respectively. And I do prefer working for how am I going to do this? Healthcare as opposed to government defense. I enjoy helping people heal rather than blow them up. And there's discussions to be had about that, and we can get into that some other time. Anyways, so yeah, no, I absolutely do enjoy working for healthcare providers more than government defense. And you know, you run into all kinds. And you know, like I said, some of these healthcare providers are just, you know, they're just absolute pleasures to work with. Some of these guys, you know, they're great. You know, most of them. I should say most. It really is. You know, but there's always There's always somebody, you know. Oh my god, it just really seemed. The only reason why I'm getting into this right now, it's kind of like still burning in my head here right now. That you know, the entitlement of some people. Minor example. Oh, gotta go up. Right, we're going up. We're going on up to the top. Deluxe apartment in the sky. Yeah, I know, it's moving on up, not going on up. Sue me. Anyways, alright, alright, here's the example. So we had this lady, a doctor, a provider, as you know, the industry regards them. And, you know, she was given a laptop by her departmental manager, and the laptop had been sitting in a drawer for some time. And if you work in IT, you may be familiar with this kind of scenario where basically, without getting into all the nuts and bolts, if a computer is left idle for too long, and apologize for little technical terms, but it will be removed from the domain. That is, for security reasons, the computer is disabled from the network so that if it were perhaps stolen or lost, and then found by somebody with ill intent, it's not able to be used to infiltrate, right? So this is pretty frequent, and you'd think these people would be familiar with this by now. But so anyway, so this provider was provided with a laptop by her departmental manager, and let's see, I'm going to make that meter. Hold on. But because it had been sitting for so long in a drawer, it had been removed from the network and was not able to be used. Unfortunately, she did not realize until she took it home and tried using it by remote, and then realized she had no means to log in, and that did not place that in the right spot. We'll fix that. Let's do this. Hold on. So anyways, so one of my buddies at work, you know, he got the call, and he's trying to tell her, it's like, okay, well, he got the lowdown. He, you know, understood exactly what was going on, and is trying his best to explain to her, we can't fix this by remote. If you can't log into the computer, I can't remote into the computer. All right. I can't do anything for you. And she's hemming and hawing about this whole freaking thing. She's going on. She's just giving him grief, you know. And I can hear him restating the same things over and over again. There's just no two ways. And so she pulls a Karen. She hangs up with him and calls my well, not my manager, but my lead. Close enough. Can I speak to your manager? And he understands. He listens to her. He knows exactly what's going on. Basically tells her the same thing. Yeah, no, you got to bring it in. And the lead, apparently, she lives like 10 minutes away from our location. It's not like she's like an hour out of reach or something, you know? And she's hemming and hawing. You know, she just doesn't want to freaking do it. She doesn't want to bring it in. Isn't there something you can do? No. And you know, it's like if you were like trying to get your car repaired, and you know, but you didn't want to bring it into the shop, and the mechanic's telling you, I don't make house calls, and that's a policy for us. We do not make house calls. And so finally she gives in, and the next morning she brings it in, and my lead, he does it himself, you know, and it's just, and even then she's still freaking griping. And there's an expression I heard before, house MD, here in America, doctors make the worst patients. And oh my god, is this the ever-loving freaking truth? Oh my god, these people sometimes such spoiled freaking brats. I swear to God. Love them. Great. You know, it's like, you know, I've had these situations myself. It was pain to hear a buddy of mine go through this. And, because I'm only catching bits and pieces, and I'm asking him afterward. And as he's explaining the conversation, I'm like, what does she want? What did this person think we could do? I mean, you know, if patients spoke to doctors the way that doctors speak to us, tech support people, that is, would they tolerate it for a freaking minute? Hell freaking no. Oops, I meant to leave something in place here. Hold on, let me fix that. So, anyways, yeah, it was kind of like a go nowhere thought. Sorry, it's just, you know, I'm sitting here, you know, it's idle moments. Well, not that idle, but, you know, yeah, yep. It was an interesting week, and that's just, it just seemed like there's a couple, three of these entitled providers this week. And it's like, oh my God, would you tolerate for a second if your patients spoke to you the way you're speaking to us? Hell no. Alright. Anyways, sorry. I gotta tell somebody. Anyways, alright. Let's see. Oh wow, I'm still at 2 hours record time. I will whittle a bunch of this out. Now, we do have one last stage to go through here. First, let me save these things, because just once bitten, twice shy. Alright, we need our output belts. I'm going to keep this trucking. I don't know how long this video, I did not mean this to turn out terribly long, but this is not a simple build. And let's see, I'm just going to keep this rolling, and it is what it is. I got to double check my total output. I think I know what I'm doing here, but hold on. Okay, so we're going to be outputting a total of 3744 aluminum ingots. Let's see, so I'm going to take one here, I'm going to take the cell that equals 3744. We're going to take that, our max belt speed is 780. We're going to divide that. So that under normal circumstances would be 4.8 belts at 780. I like to keep things in divisibles of 2s, 4s, and 8s because it just smooths out the load balancing. So I'm going to bring this to 8. Let's clear those. I'm going to say 8. And then we're going to take our total. We're going to divide by 8. So we're going to make 8 belts of 468 each. Alright. So. Alright. 8 belts, 468. We're going to take each row. Will have its own cumulative output. And that'll make our 8. Let me get my temporary foundations in. So I've just kind of learned my mouse button, my middle mouse click, has kind of an Alt-Tab feature built into it. And I keep hitting it by accident and switching applications while I'm trying to middle click on something. Careful, Zonk. Okay, fast belts down the lines. Okay, now for our slow belts, how much are we outputting? 58.5 per minute, so Mark 1 belt is just perfect. Let's get our slow belts in place. Oh, got our column of fast belts. Let's fix this quick. back to the slow belts. Did I not? I did not. All right. Finishing. Did I seriously? All right. I am my own worst enemy. We know why this is, right? Well, I do now. I know I mentioned it before, but the context for my entire life has shifted since my ADHD diagnosis. It's like everything that I just saw, everything I thought was me not deciding or not trying to do things better, came with actual physical, neurological reason. And anyways, come on, snap it. Thank you. I am what I am, and that's all that I am, as a great sailor man used to say. Alright, is that all of them? Alright, so that row is complete. That row. Okay, we got you, and you, and you, and you, and I, da 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 da. Yeah, sorry, I don't know all my Yes lyrics. They're kind of wacky. Let's get rid of our temporary stuff here. Alright. So, that's it. That's our foundries. That's our 64 foundries to make 3,300 and change aluminum ingots. 8 output lines. I'll do the rest of the belt painting offline. I'll save these in a moment here. Get rid of all my extra temporary stuff. These are all ready to snap in place when they're ready to deploy, which I think actually might be next episode. There will still be, I have some decisions to make about how I want to distribute the aluminum ingots to create the Alclad aluminum sheets. We're going to be using the Alclad casing and the heat sinks. So I still have yet to decide how many of each of those I'm going to make, and then when I've figured that out, we'll figure out how to divide out, we'll figure out percentages of the ultimate output and get those in place. All right, so folks, thank you for joining me. I hope you found this useful and informative, entertaining, and listening to my mild ranting. So as always, until next time, stay healthy and take care out there.